Nobody teaches you what to upgrade first once you start making decent amount of money. And that matters because your first real money is also your first real chance to change the quality of your life. But most people waste it like I did in the past. Looking back, there are just a bunch of purchases that were waste of money versus the others that literally paid me multiple times back with the value that they brought to my life. And I have this immense guilt towards past how much I wasted money, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. So if you're finally at the stage where you have a little bit of breathing room, not necessarily rich, but you're not surviving month to month, this is the video I wish I watched earlier. These are the things that I would upgrade immediately before wasting my money on random crap that I see on social media. If there's one category in this list that gives you the highest return almost immediately, it is your health. When I first started making money, I was in my early 20s and I was thinking I'll just deal with that thing later. And as I kept delaying it, it actually got more serious, where I was dealing with serious gut issues and digestive issues that I actually made a video here about. And it was making my every single day so miserable. So you might be thinking I'm young, so health is not the priority that I should be caring about. But it is the most important purchase or expense that you will ever have in your life, because best medicine is preventative medicine, and finding something early is almost easier, cheaper, and more treatable than finding it once it starts affecting your life. So before buying nicer clothes, nicer tech, or whatever you want, I would first spend my extra money immediately into getting a comprehensive health checkup. And while at it, I'll book appointments that I've been missing off, maybe going to a dentist or getting my eyes checked. And if you've been struggling mentally for years, I'll also book an appointment to a psychiatrist as well as a therapist, because getting diagnosed with ADHD and actually having an understanding about it changed my life completely. And also when I got diagnosed with major depression that I was dealing for 7 years and got treated for that skyrocketed the quality of my life.
So if I would give a life update, what happened in my life in the last 12 months, I got diagnosed with major depression and also with severe ADHD. Also, my brother is getting married, and also I got betrayed by someone who's known, and I also lost my life purpose and have been trying to find it.
Spending money on health is obviously not as interesting as getting the bag that you want or the watch that you want, and they're not dopamine giving, but it is one of the most important expenses that you will have ever in your life, and it will skyrocket the quality of your life. And once you know you are healthy, the next thing that I would spend my money on is increasing my capacity, because making more money doesn't actually magically make you more energetic. If anything, once you're finally out of survival mode, all the burnout you've been ignoring tends to catch up with you. When I basically finally grew my channel to 0 to 1 million in 2 years, essentially after reaching that, there was a period almost a year where I couldn't really function properly because of the burnout that catch up on me. So instead of trying to squeeze more hours out of the day, you have to build a body that can actually sustain the life you're trying to create. That is one of the biggest lessons that I've had. For me, that starts with sleep. A good mattress, blackout curtains, a good pillow that doesn't break your neck, and whatever helps with you to sleep consistently. That could be also supplements as well. And then I'll make the healthy food an easy option. Fast food usually wins over healthy food, not because it's extremely delicious, but it's convenient and it also has volume. For the price that you're paying, you're just getting a lot, and it's just extremely easy to get fast food. But when it comes to healthy food, it's so tiny, it's so expensive, and it's also you have to cook that shit. Who has time for that, right? So you always reach for fast food, but over time you just feel like shit and then you perform like shit. So we don't want to be like that. So use your money to make healthy food easy option. So whether that's meal prepping or getting healthy ready-made meals or using some sort of a service, stock your home with food that actually easy to eat and healthy. And finally, obviously invest into moving your body, whether that's joining a gym or taking a workout class, because all of this have one thing in common, and that is that they increase your capacity, so you have more energy, you recover more faster, and you become more resilient towards stress, and you don't suddenly burn out and your output per hour increases significantly. That pays it back over time. The third category is all about removing the frictions daily that you make you say I'm gonna lose my mind. Because when it comes to improving your life, I think one of the most underrated things that you can do is protecting your attention and energy, because these are the two most valuable assets that you have. And a lot of the time, what draining them aren't huge life problems, but there are the tiny annoyances, like tiny annoying frictions that happen during your day. Like maybe your laptop being slow, or your phone battery constantly dying, or like having a slow Wi-Fi, which drives me crazy. And all of this combined, they create this like recurring friction, especially if it's a daily thing. And this is extremely important because every time something annoys you, slows you down, or makes your day harder than it needs to be, it actually takes energy away from the things that you actually care about. So why not remove them if you have money? You have to protect your attention and energy at all costs. So the fourth category is about buying back time. And this one is all about using money to get more of your life back. Because I think one of the most exhausting parts of an adult life is that even when you technically have free time, so much of it gets eaten by just like maintaining your life. Whether that's cleaning, cooking, grocery shopping, commuting, or doing random things, and suddenly your weekend doesn't feel like a weekend anymore. It just feels like 2 days where you were trying to catch up on everything you didn't have time during the week. So buying back time is basically asking, what are the repetitive things in my life that are taking up time, energy, and mental space that could either simplify, automate, outsource, or remove it completely. For example, like hiring a cleaning service even once or twice a month is a complete game changer. For getting your groceries delivered. Like I freaking hate going to grocery store. Or even like getting a personal trainer instead of trying to figure things out on your own and spending a bunch of time and energy researching it is also about buying back time. But most of the time, what you're paying for isn't just the service. Sure, you can do things on your own as well, but you're paying for the structure and you're also paying for the shortcut through the confusion of figuring things out on your own. They take time, and time is the most valuable asset that you have. And I think it also applies to digital life as well, because if you're spending like hours every week trying to organize your life, figure out whatever you have to do, and you're getting overwhelmed with a bunch of responsibilities that you have, you're trying to manage it constantly, then you're also wasting a bunch of hours that could have spent on something more important. And that's actually the whole reason why I built my Kaizen system. Okay, so give me a second to explain the system I built. Okay, this is a shameless plug, but it's essentially for people who feel overwhelmed by everything they need to do, but also know they don't need another like complicated setup that looks aesthetic and does nothing for 2 years. It's essentially built around this idea of you don't have to get everything done. You have to figure out the priorities in your life and put your energy and attention on the thing what matters, and figuring that out and managing your energy rather than just getting through your to-do list. And it's especially helpful for those who have been struggling with procrastination and inconsistent energy, getting things done throughout the day. Instead of spending months figuring out your own life/task management system from scratch, Kaizen gives you the structure already built for you, so you can spend less time organizing your life and actually more time living it. If that sounds something you'd be interested in, you can check out my Kaizen system at rudyohamon.com, or if you want a deeper breakdown of how it works and what's it's different from most productivity systems, then I have a video that I explain in detail, and I'll also link it in the description below, okay? So once you have some disposable income, one of the smartest places to put it is into things that can increase your leverage. And by leverage, I basically mean, how can I make the same 1 hour of my effort become more valuable? Buying time is all about removing things from your plate, but increasing your leverage is about making what you do with your time more powerful. And it doesn't necessarily mean like going back to school and getting a degree, because sometimes the highest ROI updates are very specific skills, better feedback, better environment, or even like learning from people who already know how to do what you're trying to do. So the way that I like to think about it is, what is the one skill, knowledge gap, or maybe even like an environment that is currently limiting the level of opportunities that I can access? Like, what is the thing that's stopping me to go to the next level? Is it a skill? Is it the place that I live? Or is it my communication skills? Or like, what is it? Trying to figure out what is the limiter and spending money to removing that limiter completely from your life so that you can reach to the next level where you can make more money or where you can work less, essentially is so much worth spending money on. And if there's a limiting thing that is stopping you to reach to the next level, and if investing into that, learning that skill or taking that course or whatever is going to eliminate that, then it will pay itself over and over again. The next category is investing in your presence. And this is something that most people don't talk about enough because it like sounds superficial, but it's actually a lot like really about looking hot. It's more about like looking clean, healthy, and hygienic, like looking put together, essentially. Talking about it while I'm wearing like a big t-shirt, but I look clean. Do I not look clean? I think I look clean. It's not really about like wearing suits all the time, right? Like, it's about looking put together. Do I look put together? I mean, at least in my mind, I look put together, okay? And I think like things like having a skincare routine that actually works, getting treatments for things that skincare can't fix, getting like regular haircuts, or having a few clean outfit combos, taking your hygiene seriously, and also getting in shape. Because whether we like it or not, people judge on how you present yourself. And based on how you look, that also affects like how you feel internally as well. When you think you look good and when you feel good, you represent yourself more confidently. Like you can really feel that shift even in yourself. When you look put together, not only you feel good, but you also look more competent, and you also look more like trustworthy. Think about two salesmen who one is like extremely hot looking, but they look dirty as fuck. They have like a bad haircut, their skin is just like breaking out, they're maybe not in shape, and they're just like looking very like lazy. And on the other hand, maybe they're not that hot, but they are put together, they're clean, they're hygienic, they look like they take care of themselves. You're obviously going to trust the second person. And especially like if you work with people, if you sell things, or if you create content, right? And if you want to be taken seriously, that matters for both genders. Your presence affects how people treat you, and it's not really about obsessing your appearance and getting surgeries or something like that, but it's about understanding that your appearance is part of a communication. The first impression that you give to people is a big key on how people perceive you. So investing in yourself and in your presence actually changes a lot, even in business, and even if you're a male. It doesn't matter. And the last category is all about expanding your life. Because at the end of the day, money shouldn't be only used to make you more productive, even though I always thought so. It should also mean help you live a fuller life. This means like investing in hobbies, experiences, relationships, and things that remind you that life is not just about work. And this is the area that I probably need to work, because sometimes when I like take a day off and actually spend time like looking at the sky and walking around the streets, I just like, it makes me realize that there's actually a world outside of the internet. I don't know, which might sound like too Gen Z, but I am. And those moments, it makes me realize work is not the only life that I have. And I think one of the biggest things that expands your life is investing in hobbies that have a real ceiling. And that is the exact reason like I started playing golf. Not only like it takes years actually to get good at it, I mean, I'm shit at it.
Let's do one more.
Ouch.
Not me hitting a crowd.
I'm so bad at it. But it also puts you in rooms and environments with people you might never meet otherwise, and there are a lot of high net worth individuals that play it. And it's not only important to make like these business connections, but it's just genuinely really interesting to learn from them and see their lifestyle. Sort of like have this thought of like, oh, I want to be like them, I don't want to be like them, and then sort of like get life lessons, if that makes sense. And most of the time, the value of the hobby is not only the hobby itself, but it's about who you become through the journey with the people who you meet, and these like random life lessons I think you get while you're doing it. I mean, hobbies are so fun, and it doesn't have to be expensive either. I think we should all have hobbies other than just scrolling social media. And not just hobbies, also like going to social events, traveling with people you love, prioritizing experiences that create actual memories is way worth than just buying stuff. And honestly, that is the one thing that I'm still working on, because I have this shopping addiction. I buy at least one thing every week, and I should really stop that. Because I think like when you're ambitious, it's easy to turn your whole life into work, which I guess I'm doing right now. But when you lift your head up, like from PC and from internet, and look around and experience the real world, sometimes it makes me like really appreciate day-to-day life. I don't know, it sounds so cheesy, I know, but it does, because at some point money is just a tool, even though I feel like partially in my mind it still is the goal of my life rather than using it as a tool. I probably haven't reached to that level yet, but I try to keep reminding myself that money is a tool and not the goal. And what kind of life am I trying to build with this money? Why do I need money? What is the lifestyle that I want? And I try to make more conscious choices to build the life that I want with the money I have, even though I'm failing actively. And I've been juggling with this question of what do I want from life? Like, what is a life that I actually want? Almost every day. Maybe I might court a life crisis, but I guess trying out new things, spending my money on that to figure out what I want and what I enjoy from life, and using it as a tool will maybe help me figure it out. Or maybe life is a journey figuring that answer. Who knows? I know like this video was a little bit random, based on what I've been posting recently, but I also want to make like some random videos here and there, experiment, and sort of like have a conversation with you guys, because just like you might have a parasocial relationship towards me, I also have towards you. I genuinely feel like I'm talking to someone. So I'm very curious about the best purchases that you've ever made that are not stuff in your life, and let me know in the comments. See ya!